Okay, so we had to wrap the last video because I ran out of time because, I got a kid. I had to go get my kid. So welcome back. We're going to finish this lower piece. So far we have assembled the upper of the SCAR and it's pretty much ready to go. Essentially we did the stock, which could basically be a whole video in itself. So we're gonna try and knock this out. So here's our lower, it's empty. I just have the grip on and the follower there. You have several parts. You've got your mag release, your 2-part safety selector, your trigger, and then this strange plastic contraption that holds it all together. So I'm going to try and work through getting this in a way that it actually makes sense. So we're gonna go top down. We're gonna do the trigger fire control group, if you will. There's a lot of little parts and we're gonna try to do this as quickly as possible. So there is our mag release. Thankfully it screws on versus the traditional like hammer on version. We'll drop our spring in and our tiny little screw head. Bolt head, I guess. Okay, so now I have this tool that most people won't have, but you might have it if you have the little micro sets. And it can be helpful if you get the right one to screw this on. Okay, we're in. Next, I'm using this roll of tape because it holds it up for me like that. Having the grip on is helpful in this case. So you're gonna take note that this has a notch in it right here. That notch is what's gonna be holding your safety selector system in. So we're gonna put the long side in and the short, actually I think the long side's gonna go on this side. We're gonna put our short side in. This is such an interesting setup because you have to kind of hold everything together while you work. And you just want to get the two pieces to mate up in there so that they work simultaneously. Okay, so we're going to mate them up and they got to stay in place. And they may fall out on you, don't stress about it. When you took it apart, if you got this far, you may have noticed there's a little tiny spring in here. I'm going to tell you that the way this is designed, getting the spring back in and the bolt catch is really hilarious. So we're gonna start by dropping our trigger in. This trigger actually doesn't have a spring attached to it because it's attached to this part. So the little cutouts here, those are what go over your, let me get that trigger in place. Those are what go over your safety selector, and you wanna get the spring to sit on the little pin of the trigger. And kind of hold it all together. Now, this needs to go on this way. And I haven't found a great way to do this. No. You think I got it in there? So we're trying to get in the hole. Be careful about using anything magnetic because it just pops the damn spring right back out. So then, once that's in, you got to position your bolt catch down into the notch and connect it to that little spring, all while holding this all together. So if you haven't completely like just thrown the whole house at this point, you're ready to screw this back together. Holding it all together is the most entertaining part because you want to make sure that these stay in place. Yes, good. This piece is on, cool. Let's get my screw in. Once my screw's in, I feel pretty good about it. Now I can go ahead and put the back one in. And just like this. There we go. And I've got connection here, good. I've got my spring in there, good. Got the 2 screws in, everything's in place, good. mag release, good. Everything is great. Now I feel good about this. I'm ready to put this into the upper. This piece is going to go in here like this, okay? So it's going to sit inside here in the channel. There's a little notch right there. There's a little notch in your plastic traveler. The whole system sits inside like that. So basically get this in, and then you're going to get this piece in, and you're going to make sure they go in together like so. Get your, there you go. So the bolt catch is going to stop it sometimes. That's okay. All right, now we got a screw that goes on the bottom, and that's going to be your spacing basically. So that's what's holding the lower together on that. Just want to get that screw in. There's going to be a gap there. That's supposed to be there. Okay. Now, the longer screw goes in on this side, which holds the front of the bolt together. And then we'll throw in the other bolt, which goes on this side. Again, it's longer than the other two. It's going to go like this. There you go. No need to over tighten it. Go ahead and put your charging handle in place. Good. Cool. So far, there we are. I'm gonna rock this. It's gonna go in the back here. That spring is what sends your charging handle back forward. You got two screws that are gonna go back here. Just gotta kind of hold that spring in place. It's not too bad. Here we go. Now we're all together. Beautiful, money. Now, the screws that come in the kit hold all of this together. So there is your total. So your kit itself will be the part that you want to do if you add any more screws in. But as of right now, we've got this on, we're good to go. We've got our front sight post on, we're good to go. The rear sight, no installation instructions needed. So there we go. We got our mag. I'm gonna make sure that it's snug, it works. We're working here. You can see here it pulls our bolt all the way back, which is great. Here we go. Marines logo in the back. Drop our mag in. If you decide you want to put these on, you get your plates on the side. And these, sorry. I think this one has to go on this way because that one piece gets in the way. So you put your plates on, you can lock them in place if you so desire. If you're gonna paint your plates, just make sure you get them painted in the right direction so that your words and numbers are right side up. And the lower plate is just blank for, you know, obvious reasons. And then we're on our stand. So yeah, there we go. So I'm just gonna finish getting everything boxed up and ready. The last piece that I got was the light. So I have the light right here for the little tack light that's gonna go on it, but I'll assemble that separately. Deuces.